Welcome to Near and Far, the World Catholicism podcast. I'm your host, Karen Kraft, Manager of Communications and Publications at the Center for World Catholicism and Intercultural Theology at DePaul University in Chicago. Welcome to this edition of Near and Far. Today I'm talking with Sister Dr. Maria Vasantha, a member of the Congregation of the Sisters of the Cross of Chavanod, which is popularly known as the Holy Cross Sisters. She is medical superintendent at Leonard Hospital in the town of Batlagundu in India's Tamil Nadu state. She's an OBGYN and has a diploma and fellowship in minimal access surgery and is also trained in ultrasound imagery. She's proficient in the practice of contemplative and Zen meditation and has completed certification courses in reflexology, yoga, and Bach flower medicine. Following an integrative approach to women's health, she uses a balance of Western science and alternative and spiritual therapies of Eastern science, offering her patients a variety of gynecological services, such as well woman care, infertility treatment, laparoscopic surgery, and comprehensive obstetric care, all the way from preconception to postpartum. She also works with the region's village and school health programs to conduct awareness campaigns on various women's and adolescent healthcare issues, offering free medical camps to the marginalized tribal people who have limited access to healthcare. She believes that the purpose of her ministry is to empower women in their journey to motherhood and transform it into a spiritual and holistic experience. And her passion is to give the healing touch of Christ to everyone she meets with a holistic approach, especially the indigenous poor of the district. So Sister Vasantha, welcome, and thank you for taking some time all the way from the hospital in India to speak with us today.
Thank you.
I wanted to start because I'm fascinated by the combination of someone who enters religious life, which is such a commitment, and takes on also the commitment of studying medicine and becoming a medical doctor. And so I wanted to ask if you would mind sharing a little of your own personal story, what led you to become a religious sister, as well as a medical doctor, and when you knew you wanted to pursue both of those paths, what that was like for you.
Yeah, it was a happy moment. I was raised in a very devout Catholic family. My both parents were very spiritual. And my mother planted that seed of God's love in me. I received a lot of faith formation at home, like I have to attend everyday Mass, Eucharistic celebration, and our bedtime stories would be all about saints, prophets, and continual motivation was there to read scriptures. Every day I have to read Bible. Before I reached my 5th grade, I had read the book of Esther, book of Judith, book of Samuel.
Oh my goodness.
My mother, yeah.
Wow.
My mother had made me to do all that. I think that instilled in me hunger and desire for God. So that way I responded to God's call. And as I grew up, I saw a sister and I was very much drawn to her because of her passionate love for Christ's mission. She used to walk miles apart to reach to our place to teach us catechism and to lead prayer services. So I was captured by her passion to reveal Christ to the people of our village. So she was my true inspiration and role model when I was pondering to join my religious life.
Is she the same? Is she the same order that you?
Yeah. in our village, we have our own convent there.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was drawn to her. But I didn't study in our school. I was studying in a different school. But because she used to come, she walks the extra mile every Sunday. She comes to our place, though she was staying afar. She comes there, teaches us catechism. She used to teach us some nice songs, and she used to conduct prayers. So I was drawn to her.
Is she someone you're still in touch with now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, she is.
Oh, that's
She is,
wonderful.
yeah. She's quite old now, but we are in the same province. I meet her now and then.
Oh my goodness. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So, and the journey of becoming a doctor also it is a faith journey for me.
I can imagine.
It was a faith journey for me. The mission of our congregation, each congregation has a mission. We have a mission statement. So the mission statement of our congregation is to reveal the merciful love of the Father to all people. So one of the way we do this reveal this God's love is through healing ministry, education ministry. But for our province, healing ministry is one of the ways in which we reveal this mission to people. So our major superiors, and since our province, our hospital is located in the remotest village of our nation, our major superiors, they choose people to send for medicine, to be a doctor and to be a nurse, all
I
that.
see. Okay.
Yeah. So I was chosen to be a doctor.
How did you react? Were you surprised, or did you think,
Yeah.
oh, this fits what I...
No, actually, I want to be a social activist who
Okay.
wants to work for the poor and the downtrodden. Actually, after my first commitment, I was sent to a place where we do not even have public transport. We have to walk miles, at least to 1 or 2 hours to reach the villages. And once we reach the villages, we cannot come back because we do not have any transport.
Right.
So we used to stay with them. We used to stay in the house of the people, and they have a very small huts. So one corner of the hut, there will be animals, mostly cows. And
Inside.
some part, yeah.
Okay.
And some partition will be there for them, and small partition for us, and kitchen, everything they have it in the same place.
Oh my goodness, that's so different than...
Yeah, that was the first year of my life, but I cherished it. Going there, we go in the evening. We used to have the self-help groups, we call them. We help them. Some of them are illiterate, so we help them to take loans from the bank. We buy and give them cows so that they milk the cow and they sell it and they make their livelihood. That was the work I was doing in the first year. And second year, I was in the basic Christian communities formation. I was working in a diocese. At that time, my major superior told me that you are going to pursue medicine. And I accepted in obedience. We take our obedience.
Sure.
Okay. And also, I have a strong belief that whatever happens in my life has a purpose. God has a purpose for whatever happens in my life. That is my strong faith from childhood. Maybe I have acquired it from my parents.
Yes.
So I accepted it well. I pursued my studies. Of course, I had good marks, and they look for certain values in us, whether we will hold on to. So I pursued my studies that way. So
And how long is medical training, medical school in India?
the first, we call it the undergraduation. Undergraduation lasts for 5.5 years.
Okay.
then 1 year of internship.
Mhm.
Then I had done my post-graduation after 2 years. That lasts for 3 years. Post-graduation is for 3 years.
Well, that's, yeah, quite a process.
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah.
And with your original passion being drawn to social activism, I'm sure
Yeah.
now as you look back over
Yeah.
your practice, you can see how that has been a part of your medical practice too.
Yes, 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 yes. What I want to realize, I am doing it now. I have no regrets.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how old were you then when you finished finished medical school and began to practice?
I think I was 27.
Okay.
27, 20.
So this has been your career, would you say it's about 20 years?
No, this is my 16th year. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
16th
Okay.
year of
Or my math was wrong there.
yeah.
One of the things that fascinated me as I read and learned a little more about medicine in India and the Catholic Church and religious life, I discovered something called the Sister Doctors of India Forum, and a formal national organization, I believe, of close to 1,000 members. Of sisters just like yourself who are also medical doctors, MDs, and I know that you have been involved in that. You're a recent past board member, and now a regular member, and I wanted to ask, because it is so fascinating, if you could talk a little bit about your involvement with that organization, and its involvement perhaps in the region where you are, since you are in one of the most remote and poverty-stricken areas.
This is, I think, first we need to understand what is the Sister Doctors Forum of India. The journey of 1,000 doctors today is started from one.
One sister doctor.
Yeah, one sister doctor. The story of the first sister doctor is very fascinating. That she is not an Indian.
Well, was she British or Australian?
She was an Australian. Yeah.
Okay, I thought I had
Australian. Read. Yeah, she is Sister Dr. Mary Glory.
Okay.
She graduated from Melbourne University in Australia. And after her graduation, she heard that in India, they lack women doctors and they are in need of women doctors. Because the culture in India is that women do not go to men for delivery, male doctors for delivery. So many women were dying due to there were an increased rate of maternal mortality. I think when she heard that there is a need, she came to India as a medical missionary, but she joined the congregation of Sisters of Jesus Mary Joseph. They are called as JMJ.
Right. Yes.
And she became a nun. So she becomes the first sister doctor.
And this was the early 1900s. Is that right?
1920. Yeah, 1920.
Okay.
Yeah, 1920. Then as she started in a small dispensary, then it went on to become a big hospital. Then as she was working, she realized if there were many sister doctors, it will be a great help to the nation. So she approached the Catholic Bishop Conference of India and she persuaded them to start an institution, medical education institution, where sisters can be trained as doctors. So with her request, and maybe they already felt the need, and St. John's National Academy of Health Sciences. That time it is St. John's Medical College was started in the year 1963. And that was primarily for training sisters to become doctors. Also Catholic boys and girls who will promise to serve in the rural areas. So I also was trained in St. John's Medical College.
Yes, I thought I had read that. Yes.
Yeah, that was the beginning. So every year they have a 15% of the total seats are given to sisters. So year after year, they were training many sister doctors. Oh, that is the way it is 1,000 sister doctors today.
To me, it's fascinating, especially when you think about in the 1960s that the program was formalized.
Yeah.
And at that time, I would say even in the United States and the quote more developed Western world, there weren't many female doctors in general. And so in many ways, it seems that the church in India was ahead of its time to start this program for women and especially for women religious. It seems doubly revolutionary and it's the sister doctors are a critical part of the healthcare system in India.
Yes.
Correct? Like the healthcare system wouldn't quite function in the same way without this organization.
Yeah. So as many sisters were there, they were posted in different parts of the country. And if you there is a difference between healthcare system in north of India and south of India. South of India is where I am there. Actually, it is much developed. Our maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate is much lower than northern part of India.
I see. Okay.
And many of the sister doctors are in northern part of India. Tamil Nadu, we have only 65 sister doctors.
Okay.
Many of them are there. They are in the remotest villages. So when they were posted like that, they faced a lot of dreaded challenges, lot of complication in their practice. So they felt the need for solidarity.
Of course. To have some sort of community.
They want
to depend on.
Yeah. So with that only this in 1993 Sister Doctor Forum was started by another sister doctor, Lillian. Yeah. She also happened to be a Jain nun.
I'm sorry.
She also happened to be a sister from the Society of Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
Oh, the same. That
belonging to So from then onwards, we have an annual gathering every year. It will be in different parts, sometime in south, sometime north, sometime northeast. So different parts of the country, we gather for 3 days, 3 to 4 days. We share our challenges, our concerns, our experiences. And we also have a day of academic program related to rural health.
To holistic.
Okay. And some of the concerns are also taken to CBCI, Catholic Bishop Conference of India, and also to CHAI.
Oh, the Catholic
Health Association of India. So it's all taken up, and it's a time of renewal, kind of spiritual, psychological, physical, and academical renewal it is. So 3 days. Of course, the number of people who attend are less. All the 1,000 sister doctors are not present. They come, maybe maximum is 300.
Okay.
They do not.
I'm sure the rest of them are so involved in their daily medical work.
Or maybe every year, maybe the people are different. This year I go, next year I may not go. This year I may attend, next year I may not attend. Like each one plan their programs like that. So we also function in regional wise, like we have 8 regions, like Tamil Nadu is one region, Kerala is another region, and 3 different regions are there, and the north, northeast. So each region also has a kind of annual gathering for 1 or 2 days, and we plan our projects. Every year we take up some project. For example, this year ours is a cervical cancer awareness program.
Oh, cervical cancer program.
Yeah, that is one of the leading cause of death in India among women.
Okay.
So some of us conducted camps, some of us gave awareness program. I went to a village and I gathered women and I gave a talk on cervical cancer awareness. But there were other sisters who did pap smear.
Okay. Just a very practical exam.
Yeah. So this is the way Sister Doctors Forum function.
And you mentioned that every year at the national gathering there is the academic program on holistic health. And that.
Sorry, Karen, it's not holistic health, rural health.
Oh, rural health. I apologize.
Yeah, rural health. It's like even if those who are in the remotest place, even if they are trained in pediatrics, they may practice OBG. They are neurologists, nephrologists, gynecologists.
A little bit of everything.
Everything. So
sure.
They take up some common things that are faced in rural areas, so that are addressed. Of course, we have some scientific sessions also are also there.
Well, and the rural work that you do, I know that from what I've read, that there's a significant focus on traditional Indian medicine and the more alternative medicine, complementary medicine, and other forms of non-Western treatment. And I wanted to ask you a little more about that. Because I know you have so much training and experience yourself in reflexology and the Bach flower remedies, and I know that those are methods you use in your daily work with women. And I wanted to ask if you, on a personal level, if you or anyone among your friends or family have experienced healing or the benefits of this Indian traditional medicine. I know it's one thing to see it in your patients, and another to have a personal connection to it. And I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that.
I still go for, if any ailments, I still go for alternative medicine. Recently, I suffered a lower back pain. I had a hysterectomy. After that, I had a severe lower back pain. So I had gone to Ayurveda center.
Ayurveda center.
Okay. I stayed there for 10 days. It comprises of everything: oil therapy, oil massage, yoga, meditation, pranayama, and diet, everything. After 10 days, I was totally normal.
Oh my goodness. And it was a full 10 days, like you were sort of an Ayurveda retreat almost, in a way.
Where it was something like that.
Okay.
The doctor assessed me. She actually proposed for 21 days.
For 20 days?
Yeah, 20 days she wanted me to stay there, but I said, okay, no, it's not possible for me. So I had taken 10 days and.
But that was enough for.
Yeah. But one more example I like to tell: my cousin, he presented with acute abdominal pain, and scan showed ureteric stones. The ureteric stone, the size was 11 mm. And when we consulted the urologist, he said he has to undergo ureteroscopic surgery.
11 millimeters, you said the size.
Yeah, 11 millimeter.
That's quite large.
Yeah, that's quite large. So he said there is no other option, so you have to go. But he decided to go for alternative medicine, naturopathy, and he was advised to take small calotropes. It's a plant. Yeah. So that medicine every day morning he was grinding and taking it in empty stomach for 10 days.
Okay.
On the 13th or 14th day, he passed out the stone.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And so, and the Western option was invasive surgery.
Yeah, surgery. Yeah.
And so he avoided all of that in less than 2 weeks. Like, has he had any recurrence of that?
No, so far, no. We confirmed it with validated with ultrasound.
And he's normal. Clear.
That was.
And the type of plant, again, can you give us the name again of the type of plant?
Small calotropes, CALITROPES.
Okay. And was it like a powder from the plant, or the?
There is a plant. It was a plant leaves that was grinded and taken.
Okay.
It's available here in the forest areas.
So did he actually gather it himself from?
Yeah, gather, yeah.
Because here, here in the US, for those types of alternative treatments, you would go to a health food store and you would buy a little bottle of ground leaves, and but he actually was able to just go out and pick himself the. Thanks for sharing that. Those are such interesting, fascinating stories, and really hopeful as well, because so many times I think in Western medicine, you're presented with the only option is something invasive, and it's clearly not the only option. And in your own medical practice, among the patients that you've worked with, what would you say are some of the most remarkable examples you've seen of this traditional medicine, alternative therapies being effective where Western medicine was not?
In my clinical practice, I feel any disease that has a bit of psychosomatic component, the Indian traditional medicines are effective. For example, migraine, headaches.
For migraine headaches.
Migraine headaches. Yeah, and also there are two category of diseases which I felt that Indian traditional medicines are doing much more effective than other medicine. One is arthritis, lower back pain. In Western medicine, we tend to give painkillers, then we give disease modifying drugs, then we give steroids. Then we go on higher side, which has a lot of side effects. People suffer gastritis.
Yes.
So, but I have seen a patient who suffered like this with the gastritis. She went to the Ayurveda doctor. Within 2 years, she was totally free. But in Western medicine, when it is given for arthritis, there is a lot of relapses or recurrences.
Yes, for many people, it's very chronic. Correct?
Yeah, chronic. Yeah, they live with the stigma of chronic disease. Sometimes when they are stressed, there is a recurrence. During winter, there is recurrence. But I see Ayurveda among the Indian traditional medicine. Ayurveda seems to be the best medicine for arthritis and other back pain. chronic musculoskeletal disorders.
And it is more effective in the sense that it doesn't recur in those patients.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that is. Also, dermatological diseases like psoriasis, dermatitis, eczema. These
Skin
also
disorder.
tend to be recurring during Western medicine treatment. But I have seen people being healed with the Siddha medicine. That is one of the Indian traditional medicine.
Yes, there's three different.
5 different.
Oh, sorry, 5 different types.
Yeah.
Most people think of Ayurveda, but there's Ayurveda and Siddha.
Unani, yeah. Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, homeopathy, and naturopathy.
Okay. Yeah, perhaps I should talk to you offline later about the migraine treatments and the skin treatments.
Okay.
Those are some personal obstacles I have that perhaps some alternative medicine could help with. But I wanted also to ask a bit about the Catholic Church in India and its support, how it works to support and promote the more traditional treatments, and through the Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, for example, and CHAI, which you mentioned earlier, the Catholic Health Association of India. I know they have a 6-week training, I believe CHAI does, for sister nurses. And yeah, I wanted to see if you could tell us a little more about that, and perhaps touch on especially how the church has been involved during the COVID pandemic with promoting traditional forms of medicine as well.
As I have already explained, the presence of the church is almost, it is in the rural areas. It's very few hospitals we have in the city, maybe hardly handful of hospitals we have it in the city. Otherwise, it is almost always, it is in the rural areas. I think that is one of the great act done by the church, because in the public health is not able to reach there. So church is doing that. And church runs 6 medical colleges around, 6 medical colleges. Church runs, 6 medical colleges, 117 nursing schools, and 2,857 dispensaries. These dispensaries are mostly managed by sister nurses, because most of the places, the public health doctors, even if they are available, they will be there only for few hours. So 3 hours, 4 hours.
They can't fully staff.
So they when they leave, it is sister nurses who take care of the primary healthcare need of the most of the rural villages. Sister nurses.
Not even sister doctors, but sister nurses.
Wherever sister doctors are available, it's okay. But even we have a dispensaries, around 5 dispensaries, which are managed by sister nurses.
And when you say dispensaries, do you mean more like outpatient clinics? Where
Clinics.
Patients can come for treatment.
They come for basic treatment like fever or common ailments, or if something serious, they are referred from there to higher center.
Okay.
A basic emergency, they attend.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then that would be why so many sister doctors and or sister nurses need to be a bit of a specialist in every little area.
Everything.
But it's incredible then that the Catholic Church can go where the public government, the state cannot reach.
I feel very proud about Catholic Church ministry in the rural areas. It's I am what I am doing is nothing compared to some of my colleagues are doing in the northern part of India. They handle almost every day rupture uterus. Terrible, terrible. It's very
And how would you say during COVID, how would you say
yeah.
that the
I'll come
treatment
to that. Yeah, the healthcare system, like the healthcare delivery or the model, the healthcare model which the church promotes is one is community health, another one is a holistic health. It is basically holistic health. To achieve this holistic health, they propose two model. One is community health. Secondly, Indian traditional medicine. So community health is like we go to the awareness campaigns, doctor at the doorstep of the rural areas. Also addresses the social and environmental factors that are causing illness. Like Chai has many projects to provide sanitation, clean air, clean water. So Chai works at the level of community health.
Okay.
So this to address this holistic health, church promotes Indian traditional medicine. So many of the member institutions have alternate medicine centers. Like for example, there are 5 women congregation like Sisters Congregation of Sisters of Immaculate Conception, Servants of Mary, Sisters of Medical Mission, Sisters Nazareth Sisters. They all run alternative medicine, Indian traditional medicine center, where they offer holistic health. Besides Indian traditional medicine, they also offer yoga, meditation, counseling. So it takes care of the whole person. There are even our congregation, we have started a center. That is our current project. We have started an alternate medicine center. So beside this, we don't have a complete data available. I can surely say most of the practice some part of alternate medicine along with Western medicine in the rural areas. And we have a homeopathic college run by Mangalore Diocese, one of the dioceses. They train doctors for homeopathy. And there is one center, Amala Institution, that has a medical college for allopathy and a medical college hospital. In the same campus, they have a Ayurveda research center and a hospital.
Oh my goodness.
It's all exist in the same place. So people have the option to choose. And specifically this Amala Research Center is doing a lot of work on cancer, use of Ayurveda in cancer.
And this Amala Center, is it in your part of India, in Tamil?
It's in Kerala.
Nadu?
It is my neighboring state.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
It's a neighboring state.
So not far.
And during COVID-19 also, church was promoting all Indian traditional medicines. It was distributed within the church campus. That is some water made of some 25 herbs. This water was distributed in the church, in our own hospitals. There was a lot of awareness programs, which herbs to take. A lot of materials were distributed. Whatever relief kits were given to the people. So it contained a herbal medicine pack, which they can prepare at home and drink. So I feel on the whole, church is traveling towards this following Christ mission in a holistic way and promoting integrative healing. I also know a sister doctor. She is allopathy doctor, but she has in her same setup, she has all the other Indian traditional medicine also. She is using both.
It's truly a a wonderful, comprehensive approach.
Yeah.
And even more, I would say even more comprehensive in the sense that there's a spiritual element
Yes.
as well, if nothing else through you as a sister doctor and your colleagues as sister nurses, and that you're motivated by this inner desire to bring Christ and his healing to other people. It's truly holistic in that sense.
Yes.
And perhaps even more healing for the individuals. I know that you have, we're talking now and it's early in the morning here in Chicago where I am, but it's evening, 9:00 p.m. or so there where you are in India, and it's a Friday at the end of a long day that you've spent in the hospital, and you're still in the hospital speaking with me. But I want to say thank you for that, and that I think your passion for bringing Christ's healing to other people is clear in the simple fact that you're still at the hospital right now on a Friday night speaking with me to let people know a little more about what this type of work is like. And on behalf of DePaul and the Center for World Catholicism and Intercultural Theology, I just want to say thank you for your time and for sharing so many fascinating stories with us today. And I wish you all the best in your professional practice and going forward there at Leonard Hospital.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much.
Near and Far is produced by the Center for World Catholicism and Intercultural Theology, a research institute focused on Catholicism around the world, with special attention to the Church in the Global South. The center is sponsored by DePaul University, a Catholic university in the Vincentian tradition in Chicago. Production assistance for Near and Far comes from Marlon Aguilar, Finnegan Chu, and Karen Kraft. For more information on the center and its activities, look for the Center for World Catholicism and Intercultural Theology on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, and YouTube.